Welcome back to Rudolph's Mountains. Back out for a wild camp in the Yorkshire Dales. So it is Friday evening, finished work at 4, zipped up the M6, very busy, but I've got here in just over 2 hours and it gives me an hour and a half to get to the top of this one for sunset, which should be doable because it's it's not too much ascent. We start off fairly high, which is ideal for me for the first time in a long time with the heavy pack on. 22 degrees at the moment. It's going to go down to about 5 overnight, so there's quite a lot of stuff to keep warm with. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Holy cheese, I'm absolutely roasting. I think I better stop up here and take a layer off. I don't want to get too sweaty with it going cold later. Whew. This little path is absolutely epic. Just a gentle gradient. It is possible to stay by the wall and just go straight up, but that is really steep, and this route is ideal and you've got a heavy pack on your back. Alright, I'm on to the summit plateau of Fountains Fell. Just looking at the map, the route we've come up today from the road is all part of the Pennine Way until we turned off to come to the top of Fountains Fell. It was a great path. I bet all the Pennine Ways isn't a great path. It's absolutely enormous. Maybe something I'd quite like to do one day, but I'll never be able to do it. Who knows? Welcome to the top of Fountains Fell with Penny Ghent, Ingleborough on the skyline. Absolutely gorgeous. Every time I come to the Yorkshire Dales I seem surprised by how beautiful it is. Even the ride here today, the traffic was awful, so I was just basically pootling along, but I really enjoyed it because the scenery was absolutely beautiful. So, have we got enough time for a quick daisy tour before we find a pitch? Go on then. Thank you, Daisy. Wow, absolutely beautiful. Right, so I'm going to have a scoot around, see if I can find a pitch near this top. Temperature's starting to drop already, it's amazing. I'm going to need a jumper fairly soon. Let's see if we can find a pitch just away from the summit in case we have any early visitors in the morning. And then, yeah, let's get ourselves sorted and have some tea. Starving, Marvin. Well, that's the tent up. Sun is just dipping below the horizon over there. Been absolutely beautiful. I did my usual walk around the summit for 20 minutes looking for a perfect pitch, and in the end I went to the first one I saw, which is in the corner by the wall there. So it's nice and protected. Hasn't got a great view out of the sunset, but I'm going to be out the tent during the sunset, and once the sun goes down it'll be dark and I'll be tucked away in there for the night, protected by those walls, which should be good. Oh, fantastic. What a beautiful evening. Wow. Sometimes you have to pinch yourself to realise that this is allowed. You can do this. I know technically wild camping isn't allowed unless you're in Dartmoor, but I think most the national parks, if you leave no trace and you're sensible and you pitch off the paths and you take your rubbish with you, ideally take someone else's rubbish with you as well, leave the place better than how you arrived, then you're not going to cause any trouble. Superb. Take a few little snaps of this sunset and then we'll head back to the tent and start getting ourselves sorted, get some tea on. Time to put out Bertie the boblet. So I've got some new toys to entertain myself with. One is a light, also got a built-in fly killer. Nice. Well, nice for me, not so nice for the flies. I've also got a light string which I can rig across my big long guy ropes in the hope that when I go outside I won't fall over them all the time. Wow, how different is this to the last camp I had down in the Pumlemans, and the howling gales and the tent flapping away and the driving rain. It was, yeah, now it's absolutely totally calm, quiet, clear skies. Temperature's dropping, we're down to 10. I'm supposed to have a low of 5, so we shall see how that goes, but it's still there. I'm still warm as toast, all wrapped up. It's getting towards 10 o'clock, so I'm going to do some astrophotography shots, and then I'm going to settle down for the night. So I'll share those astro shots with you now, and I'll see you in the morning. A very good morning to you. It's 5 o'clock. Had a okay sleep really. It's been very peaceful. Been warm enough. Been down to 5 degrees as we expected. Been a couple of degrees warmer in the tent, which has been brilliant. And yeah, the sky is starting to turn an array of beautiful colours. So let's get the kettle on, get ourselves a coffee, and see what the sunrise brings. That's my breakfast sorted. Let's go and check out what's going on the summit while they cool for a moment. Sunrise is still 25 minutes away. Wow, isn't it beautiful? Right, let's get back for me porridge. Right, to have my breakfast, and I've halfway through packing all my stuff away, ready to get the tent down, and sunrise is in about 6 minutes time, so I thought I'd pop over to the top and watch the sun come up. Before, we've got our 2 taps to bag. This is Fountains Fell. We've got Fountains Fell South Top, which is over there, and then there's another top which I can't remember the name of. You can just about see the distance over there. It's not too far, but wow, stunning. We're just reaching that magical time now where the sun is starting to catch the clouds, when there's a few wispy clouds like there is today above you, before it comes over the horizon, and it's only lasts a few minutes and it's absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Isn't that gorgeous? You watch the sun gradually creep over the horizon, and it's hard to imagine that Earth itself is zipping around the sun at like 67,000 miles per hour. Right, tent's all packed away. Leave no trace as always. Now we very gingerly make our way to Fountains Fell South Top. And the reason I'm doing it gingerly is because my knee just popped out when I was in the tent, just leaning over It was bent. I was bent at right angles and reached over something and it popped out. Luckily I managed to pop back in again without major drama, but it's a bit sore, but I'm sure it'll settle down as I walk for a bit. Oh, it's a bit disappointing. Well, this is Fountain Fell South Top. It's only about 6 metres different to Fountains Fell, but it's another Nuttall ticked off the list. Yeah, beautiful viewpoint really. Actually get probably a better view of Ingleborough and Pen y Ghent. Stunning, stunning. So our next top, we have to return back over towards Fountains Fell, but I'll cut across Fountains Fell Tarn on the way past, and then it's a bit further away. I can't remember the name. We'll pick it up in a few minutes. Probably wise to do a little Daisy tour here, isn't it? Daisy, over to you, sausage. Thank you, Daisy. So now we head over to Darnbrook Fell. Goodbye to Fountains Fell South Top. Ooh. Right, Fountains Fell Tarn next. I thought I'd spotted a little track on the map. Can't see anything now I'm here. Oh, it's not a sort of terrain I want to be wobbling across with a dodgy knee. Sure, there's a path alongside the tarn. Just got to find it. Slow and steady wins the race. Fountains Fell Tarn, absolutely beautiful. What a morning it is, what a morning. Oh, right, now remember this bit, this is pathless now, once I reach the end of the tarn. And then we pick up the Pennine Way for a little bit, so we'll have good paths back to the top of that traversing path we did yesterday. Right, that was Fountains Fell Tarn. That was lovely. Now we just head this way until we intercept the Pennine Way through this maze of peat hags. There we go, onto the Pennine Way. Oh, and there's Darnbrook Fell over there, which looks quite a long way away. Whew. Right, follow this back up to the cairn I can see in the distance before we do a right turn and follow that wall along. Right, over the wall we go. And we turn right and we follow the wall along. Holy moly, oh god. The old big backpack nearly pulled me over then. Holy jeez. That's us about halfway there. It's yeah, a certain degree of bog hopping to do, which has been okay so far. Oh, nearly there. A right turn here and then over to the top. What on earth is going on with that? Oh. Need to lift and slide one. Gonna need 2 hands for that. Welcome to the top of Darnbrook Fell. It's amazing how the ground has eroded away from around that trig point. You can just see the foundation of it. Oh, anyway, I'm going to have a little break here, a little sit down, a bite to eat before we start our descent, which is a slightly different route to which way we came up. Right then, goodbye to Darnbrook Fell. Now starts our descent. It is quite steep at first, which will be a bit of a challenge, but then it eases off and it's just gentle gradient all the way back to the bike. And down we go. We just follow this wall. We've done quite a lot of following walls today. It's a feature of the walk. What a beautiful view of Pen y Ghent coming down here. Wow. Starting to turn away slightly from the wall to pick up the track. It'll take us all the way back to the bike eventually. And again, is looking splendid. Look at this. Wow, this track just goes on and on and on as we work our way alongside Fountains Fell, where we stayed last night. The track turns slightly towards it now, and then the bike isn't too far away. Right, so we're approaching the end of this adventure. Hope you've enjoyed it. I know I have really enjoyed it. If you're still watching, thanks for sticking around until the end. Listen to me prattle on, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one, all being well. Bye for now.